In this video, we will review creating user accounts in Extensiv and how you would add 3PL Warehouse Manager permissions to an Extensiv account. First, let's review how to create a user in Extensiv. Only the owner or a user with the correct permissions can create new accounts in Extensiv. To add another user to your account, click Users on the left navigation pane. If you have multiple organizations in Extensiv, you will want to select the organization you will add the user to. Click Create User. This action will open the Invite Users window. Fill in the new user details. Enter the first name, last name, email, and job title. Select the appropriate role for this user account. Select which product to grant access to. You can only grant access to products that you have access to. Review and confirm the details are accurate, then click Invite. You should see the recently created account added to the user list column. Remember, if you have 2 or more organizations and the user also needs to be part of that org, make sure to create an account for that organization too. To do this, just open the organization menu next to the Extensiv logo, select the appropriate organization, and follow the same steps. On the User Accounts page, you will find the status of the account as pending. Inform the user that they will receive an email to join Extensiv. To modify a user account, select which account you want to modify from the user list. You can make use of the search bar, the active and pending filters, or adjust the number of accounts to be visible per page for ease of searching. Once you identify the account you need to update, click the account, and you will find the Edit button on the right side of the page. You can update the job title, the role assigned, and product access. Once the desired changes are made, click Save. Keep in mind that only the owner or a user with the correct permissions can modify or delete user accounts in Extensiv. To delete a user account in Extensiv, select which account you want to delete from the user list. Once you identify the account you need to update, click the account, and you will find the Edit button on the right side of the page. Click Delete User from Org. Click Delete to confirm the action. If you will be making the same changes to 2 or more user accounts in Extensiv, you can do a batch update to save time. In the User window, select one account and press the Control or Command key on your keyboard. Then keep selecting the accounts you want to update. The Batch Action window will appear on the right side of the page. Click Edit. Once done, click Save. Keep in mind that you can only do batch updates for the role assigned and product access. Now, let's review the steps needed to grant 3PL Warehouse Manager user roles and permissions to a new user created in Extensiv. After creating the user account in Extensiv, navigate to 3PL Warehouse Manager. Navigate to Users from the left navigation menu and click Manage Roles. Roles contain the grouping of specific permissions, so we will review them first. Review the roles listed and make sure the roles created meet the needs of your organization. If you need to create an additional role, click Create. Enter the role name and select whether this role is a warehouse role or a customer role. Warehouse roles are assigned to your warehouse users, whereas customer roles are assigned to your customers. You may have multiple different roles set up for both types of users. When creating a role, it is important to think critically about what tasks you expect those with this role to be able to execute to ensure the necessary permissions are included. Roles can be edited whenever the need arises, and users can only be assigned one role at any given time. When selecting permissions to grant the user role, you have complete flexibility in customizing the permission set. Here are a few tips to consider while building your role's permission set. First, use the filter field to search for specific permissions. For example, to find Count Inventory, you can use the filter field to find that permission. You can click Expand All to view every nested permission. Or you can go through and only select the toggles relevant to this particular role. You do want to understand what each box represents, so if a permission set has a toggled arrow next to it, that means there are nested permissions. If a toggle box is displayed with a solid teal square, not all nested permissions within that top level's module permission set have been selected. If the toggle box is displayed as a teal box with a check mark, then all nested permissions have been selected. If you click the box next to Select All to select or unselect all permissions, you can also click Reset to revert to the permission set you started with. Keep in mind that when creating a customer role, all permissions we consider to be warehouse level are notated in red. If you try to save a customer role containing warehouse level permissions, a warning message will ask you to confirm your selected permissions. Once you've selected each permission you'd like to grant to this role, click Save at the top of the page. You can edit an existing user role at any time and delete a role if it is not currently assigned to a user. To make edits, select the role from the grid, then click Edit. Make your changes, then click Save. If you need to delete a user role, choose that role from the grid, then click Manage, Delete. Keep in mind that once the role is deleted, this results in the permanent deletion of the role, and the user role cannot be restored. You can manage the existing user account to change user information or the role assigned. Navigate to Users from the left navigation menu and click Manage Users. You can edit a user account from the Manage Users page and assign roles. To edit a user, select a user from the grid. Select or hover over the Manage menu and click Edit to open the Edit User Account dialog. Make your changes, then click Save. If you need to assign a role to one or more users, you can select the user from the grid or use Ctrl or the Shift key to multi-select. Select or hover over the Manage menu, then click Assign to open the Assign Role dialog. Select a role from the drop-down list. Once the role is selected, click Save, and those users will be updated with the new role.